That is not a question that can be answered through the mind. It's answered through the felt body. This is a question I ask my clients when they come to see me for private sessions. So the first thing I ask them is, why are we here and what do you want? And most people, when they really sit with that question, cannot answer it because they haven't allowed themselves into themselves enough to be able to answer it. So the ego answers it for them. And so they'll usually say, I want the right partner. I want the right body. I want the right lifestyle. I want the right identity. I want the right level of success. So the ego is very clever and it will build an entire narrative about what you want when actually such wants are a strategy to get the real wants, which is the deeper needs. What most people want lays beneath the surface. To feel safe, to be seen accurately, which means not misunderstood or projected on. They want to be chosen, which means to matter to someone. They want to feel like they belong. This is a big one for people, without having to shrink or perform. They want to feel relief from pressure, from noise, from the internal war. They want to be witnessed, to have their truth held by another. They want to feel regulated, which means to not live in a constant state of survival and activation. And they want to feel free inside themselves. This is a big one too. So not be trapped by fear, shame, or conditioning. These narratives that we create are placeholders for your real wants, for your deeper needs. Symbols for the felt expression that you actually crave. It is a felt expression. All these things I mentioned, to feel relief, to feel chosen, to be regulated, to feel free inside yourself, these are felt senses. They are not of the mind. So what most people truly want is somatic. It is not a thing. It is not a person. It is not an achievement. It is a state. It is a state of being. It's wild when you really think about it. A state of ease, a state of safety, a state of connection, a state of aliveness, a state of truth. That's a big one for me. A state of coherence, and a state of inner permission. And you probably will go to one more than other, whatever is meant for you. So like I said, mine is more truth. Most people don't know how to articulate this because they're trying to think their way into it instead of feel their way into it. So wanting is a body-based experience. Wanting comes from a much deeper place within that is valid, that is ancient, and that is honest. But I also wanted to tell you a more personal story so that I can put it in a practical sense. I have this tattoo here that says, all you seek you have, which now I would correct and say, all you seek you are. And this is my story of what do I want. Now I got this tattoo when I had that huge betrayal and divorce and everything fucking went to shit and my entire reality was gone and I was like, what is true? Remember I told you guys truth is the one, my deep felt want. The life that I had built was all betrayal and lies, and so that truth, that deep need was completely annihilated, and so thus, of course, it completely annihilated me. It's like, okay, where do I seek this need to reprove that I know my truth? Because my truth had been stolen. It hadn't. That's how my narrative. You stole my truth. You lied to me, right? And I created a narrative trying to fulfill this truth. Maybe it's because I need to be teaching this. Maybe it's because I need to be alone. Maybe it's because I need to travel the world. Maybe it's because I need to have nothing. Maybe it's because I need to have everything. I mean, I could go on and on and on. And nothing resolved it. In fact, I became more isolated, more empty, more disturbed, more confused, until one day I had an epiphany, but it wrapped together on this day, where I went to this event where you just lay down and they play the bowls. I'd never been to one before. And he did this is why it's a felt experience. I could start to cry right now. I feel it in my body. As I'm telling you the story, the words, I don't even have the words, but you see it's so lived. So I'm in this sound bath and I'm laying there and I'm just so lost. I've tried everything. It's been going on for 2 years. I can't fucking find this truth. I'm like, where is the fucking truth? And then he plays for an hour And I kind of float and it's fine, but it's still there. And then he says, just this one thing, he says, all you seek, you have. And I don't know why, it was the exact words at the exact time that like something within me was like, fuck, I have looked everywhere except for within. What the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? I was like, what? It was like, and you're speaking to a person that is aware of this, and still yet, I thought I was, but I wasn't. You see, this is how layered it is. This is why I practice all the time. Because you can know and you can know and you can know and you can know, but you don't know, which is why you always have to show up. In that moment, that's when I went right away and tattooed that shit on myself, because I was like, the shit is fucking in me. And in that, my entire perspective completely changed. I was like, oh, then that's when I understood. I was like in my 30s, early 30s. And that's when I understood, oh, the narrative is crap. The narrative is the ego. That's when I started doing this like narrative thing. I understood it because I felt it. I still didn't know how to put it into words. That's a craft, I think, that you build to be able to put words to whatever it is, which is why I actually love Somatic, because you don't have to do that. But what it did was it completely shifted my perspective and it changed me. Completely. Entirely. I was like, you know, reawakening just means a rebirth. You're like, there I am. Holy fuck, there I am. And it was instant. Instant. And see, what's so powerful about the felt experience versus the mind experience is that I can tap into that whenever I forget. As I'm telling you, look at me. I'm a fucking mess. And that is powerful because you just need to remember. And then you're right back into your truth. I remember I'm right back in my truth. I don't bullshit myself. It's